Some 41 and In Too Deep. If you're listening now, you're in too deep. It's the Ricky Gervais Show. Run for the hills.
No. Classic.
Yeah.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah. Whose birthday it is today. Yeah. So someone never listened before and they heard that link. They're thinking, great, it's proper radio at last. XFM 104.9, just gone 1:05. Steve, do you want some great music today?
I'd love to hear some great music.
Well, I've brought in some good stuff. I've brought in Oasis, we've got Radiohead, I've got some Dre, I've got some Alba, I've got some Jimmy Webb. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You know, we're keeping it real.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I've got Charlatans, I've got Nirvana.
Any Sade?
There's no Sade.
No, that's a shame.
No, but I've been looking through the library and I have found 4 non-blondes.
Brilliant.
Looking from yesteryear.
Looking forward to that later, Rick.
Yeah.
It was, Carl, it was you that worked out the maths and worked out I was 28, because they just worked out I'm 27.
You are 27.
No way.
Yeah, I asked you, didn't I? And I said...
No, but what I sort of questioned was, I said, well, if you're 27 today, that means last week you were 26.
Well done, yeah. That's irrelevant. So therefore you assumed that I must be 28 then?
Yeah.
Whereas I assumed you were using, you know, your knowledge of maths, such as it is.
I wouldn't do that.
No, sure.
Wow. I actually got lost in that conversation because I genuinely didn't know what he meant would mean last week you were 26. I don't know what that meant.
I don't know what it meant.
Wow. Well, it is Steve's birthday.
But he would have been 26 last week.
Sometimes you genuinely frighten me because it's those staring eyes. There's nothing behind him. It's this little bald head. Looks like Davros looking at me. Genuine fear on his face when he enters into a conversation with another human being.
What bit don't you understand? If he's 27 today, he would have been 26 last week, and he doesn't look 26. He didn't look 26 last week. He looks older than 28 today.
You've started on his birthday, you're still having a go at him.
Carl, I don't look like the kind of hot stud that I actually am, but face facts, that's the truth, mate.
Yeah, live with it.
Get with the programme, jeez.
Well, let's have a little bit of cake.
Okay, oh, that's appropriate, as a birthday. But you mean the band, don't you? Not the cake. You haven't actually bought cake, have you? Got anything at all?
Cake, short skirt, long jacket, sort of fashion, sort of.
Sure.
Single.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I just remembered something, right? Think that, like, short skirt, long jacket. Once I was watching daytime TV, I was unemployed. It was the early days of, you know, it was about, mid-80s. And,
who was hosting?
It was sort of like one of those Eamon Holmes and someone, or, like, you know, Richard, you know, not as good, not as, and, the link, she went, well, after the break, Leo Sayers popping in, tell us about, clothes for the shorter man. I stayed tuned. He came on. He went,
Leo Sayer?
Yeah. He went, wear a short jacket.
Why wear a short jacket?
Optical illusion. You're going, well, that jacket, it couldn't be a foot long because that'd be mad. So it's 2 foot long. So he's 6 foot. So I'm looking at him there. I'm looking at him. Don't get too close. Just look at the jacket. How tall are you, Leo? Well, work it out.
Yeah.
This jacket's presumably about, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Yeah.
But Leo, you're famously quite a short man. In fact, I saw you on TV talking about clothes for the shorter man.
No, but look at the jacket from there. Yeah, you must be about 6 foot. So you had to walk round looking like a bullfighter, just for this illusion at like 50 paces.
What's the other thing about stripes? Is it?
Yeah, horizontal stripes widen you.
Make you look fatter?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So good advice, good fashion advice for anyone listening.
On XFM 104.9.
Leo Sayer there offering some topic. We should get Leo in, maybe offer some new stuff.
For your birthday, a little special Leo Sayer visit for your birthday. Got any presents yet?
I've received nothing yet. But then my parents haven't come up, and they're the ones that normally bring gifts.
Oh, yeah.
They are coming up later, and I always look forward to my, father's gifts.
Yeah.
Because they are remarkable. I don't know what he's thinking sometimes. I don't understand the logic. I mean, if I explain some of the gifts he's bought in the past, maybe you could figure out. I once opened, I think I was about 14.
Right.
And, I liked all the stuff that you like at 14, you know, the ladies, obviously, you know, pop music.
Yeah, sure.
You know, fashion.
Yeah.
And that's why that's why he bought me, on audio cassette, the collected wartime speeches of Sir Winston Churchill.
It's a good gift. Did you listen to it?
Well, I'm not sure when you'd ever be in the mood to listen to that, to be honest. We'll Fight on the Beaches. Yeah. You know, all that.
All the classics, all the classic hits.
I don't know when you listen. I think unless you're under attack, I don't think you'd ever listen to that.
Did you not even listen to it?
I kind of stuck. But when are you gonna be in the mood to put that on?
No, but just because it was a gift.
But I always remember being once. This was.
But what if he tested you? Go, do you like track 4? Yeah. Oh, some chicken, some neck. Oh, I love that, Dad. Yeah. But I think they're doing a remix.
But he said to me once. He said to me, "Never forget, son."
He didn't.
Yeah, and I went, I don't remember, Dad. It was mad, and it was like, because he was quite into sort of, but he was into like the military and all that kind of, and war history and stuff. So
are you allowed to tell an anecdote about your dad on radio? Can I just give you a clue, just in case? Can you tell the thing about the shed?
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
No.
Okay.
Too complicated. Too long.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But I remember this was true. I remember I had it on once because I just stuck it on because I thought I ought to. And my dad came in. He was pleased to see I was listening to it. And he was like, we just sort of stood there listening. And I was with my sister coming in with one of her quite attractive friends. Teenage friends as well, like, and I'm a teenager as well, and it's like, and just this woman walking by, you know, she goes to the same school or whatever, you know, quite fit. And I'm just stood there with my father, listening to We All Fight Them on the Beaches, Never in the Field of Human Conflict of So Many, and just remember looking at her as she passes, just
You've
looking
learned
at her.
it's rubbed off.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh, Rick, if you're ever in a war situation and you need some morale, come to me.
Yeah, you'll just...
That's what you're right, mate.
Quote me out. What about a little bit of White Stripes?
I've got some more gifts that I can tell you about afterwards.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Look forward to it.
Oasis, Morning Glory, before that White Stripes, Hotel Yorba. Oasis, of course, I think got in the... have you been watching that VH1 Top 100 album?
I have indeed, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, number one. Do you remember what number one was?
Joshua Tree, U2.
Yeah, now, good album.
It's not the greatest album ever, is it?
Of all time.
I mean, I know it's an arbitrary list, but even so.
Yeah, you sort of feel comfortable with it being the Beatles or
exactly.
You know,
you kind of
or
even Pet Sounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then maybe
I don't think
maybe it's a generation shift. There's enough people now.
But it was sort of, what I found odd in the list was it started off with, I think it was like The Doors. I remember there was Velvet Underground and stuff. You know, these kind of respected album classics. And then there was things like, you know, Stars, Simply Red. I mean, it was a big seller and it's well produced or whatever, but an odd choice for the greatest albums ever. And then I remember there was things like that Texas album.
Yeah.
Is it White on Blonde or whatever it was? And I just think, again, is it just based on albums that have sold well, you know, via the Britannia Music Club?
But that's always the thing, isn't it? It's like any poll. Like I remember, I think it was last year, the greatest lyrics of all time. One was Imagine by John Lennon, which is you know, if anything's
it's a solid classic.
And there was like, you know, maybe a Dylan or another Beatles one, and in the top 5 was Robbie Williams songs.
Robbie Williams songs?
Yeah.
One of the worst lyricists ever.
Well,
just
not
just a collection of words.
Yeah, just, annoying, yeah. Thing, you know, and it was that thing, a man, 1,000 fags, you know, like my dad, and there's a take you to the bridge. Postmodern sort of. Yeah, but that's a reflection of the sheer weight at the moment, isn't it? So it's always going to be 4 of all time, and then the biggest thing that year. I
suppose so.
But that's why Coldplay and Travis again, and they're good. But I mean, you know, I don't think they'll be at the same position next year.
No,
I think you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it's just
But it's just, I mean, I get frustrated with those lists because they just always seem so arbitrary.
I think we've forgotten we're on the radio, because that was a pretty boring link, wasn't it? Because we're just talking like we're alone.
A lot of people probably haven't even seen the VH1 show.
Yeah.
Not interested in the late.
Are we losing it? Are we, you know what I mean?
Listen, I'll be honest with you, Rick. It's my birthday today. Last night I went out. I got a little bit wasted.
Yeah.
So I'm hungover this morning. I didn't get to bed before 11. Right, so
yeah,
it's like
too much
no, I was pretty wild last night. In actual fact, and I have to say, I went to
God knows how many units I had.
I went to the Monarch in the Camden.
Monarch, yeah.
There was some kind of groovy night on. I went to the door. I got a load of mates with me. I said, any discount for XFM DJs?
You didn't really?
Yeah, I did. I was a bit drunk. He went, who are you? I went, Steve Merchant, Ricky Gervais. He went, Steve Merchant, brilliant. You can come in for free.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. I swear to God. He said, yes, you did. He said, and I said, what about mates? He went, it's £5. They can have £1 off. He said, and I think basically, but basically, Rick, I think I also agreed that you'd DJ there. I can't remember, but if the guy is listening, he can maybe let us know if I promised that. I might have signed something, I can't remember.
Oh, God. Oh,
but anyway, it was a good night.
It's like one of those 50s sitcoms when, you sold my soul to an angel.
Exactly.
Oh, how am I going to get out of this?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
So, anyway, if you go down to the Monarch maybe next week, Ricky Gervais playing. That'll be fun.
Well, that was Elbow and Red off Asleep in the Back. I love that.
Great song.
Got sort of early Peter Gabriel, and that's wonderful. Well, we were talking about, like, your birthday and everything.
Yes.
And presents, and then I found out I'd been signed up to DJ at a club in Canada.
Looking forward to that.
To get you in.
I got in for free. My friends got in at £1 off.
I was just when the record was playing there, I said, why did you do that? Why did you try and get in free? Right? He goes, impressing my mates. Now, how impressive is it that Steve Merchant can get you in a place for £1 off.
Oh.
Yeah, you what would save money? Go with Steve. If they recognise him or have heard the show, you get £1 off. That is great.
I'm a quality discount.
I don't know what you like more though, because I know you, and I think it wasn't just the acclaim and the fact it was the £1 off you liked.
The money off was exciting to me.
That was great.
Any discount would have been fine.
I imagine you made them all buy you a drink for the
Several.
to the value of £1.
It ended up costing them a lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, have I ever? This is probably the most embarrassing of those entrance stories.
Yeah.
I was down in South London once, went down to some party that was taking place in some kind of swanky bar, where there was a doorman on the front and a charge. I think it was something mental, like a tenner to go in. It was crazy. It was ludicrous. I don't know what I was doing down there. And I was in the queue.
We'll establish what you mean by swanky later, because that could be.
And it was a posh place.
Was it?
And so there's a queue outside, and there was one of these doormen who thought it was like kind of Studio 54. He was like sort of, choosing people who could come in. Yeah, you two come in now. And I've been there for ages, obviously.
Oh,
I was on my own because I got there late.
And clogs.
Exactly.
I've dressed up for this.
And there were these two girls next to me. I'm thinking, if I'm in a queue, I've told you before, if I'm in a queue and if I'm stuck with two girls, I'm thinking, what a great opportunity, use the old merchant charm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm there, and I'm sort of thinking, sort of give them a nod or whatever, a wink.
Yeah.
They're loving it.
Yeah. They move to the back.
They're putty in my hands, really, because you can imagine.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, to really seal this off, I'll get us in. Like, I'll sort of skip the queue. So the guy's sort of coming along, he's picking people off, the doorman, and I just grabbed him. I just grabbed him like that. And I said it so everyone could hear. Right? And I thought this was brilliant. I said to him, how much is it? He went, 10 quid. I went, I'll give you 7. That was my bribe. I'll give you 7. That's the whole £3. No, that can't be right.
No.
No, he must have said a £5, and I said, I'll give you 7.
Yeah.
That makes more sense, doesn't it?
That's giving him a £2 incentive.
A £2 incentive.
And then I'll give you 7, you can make up the 10.
Exactly.
You can, if you let me in, you can put in 3 yourself, mate. That never works, does it?
He said to me, I can't be bothered, I'm just gonna have a kip, I think. I'm so tired.
Was it percentages that put you off?
That frazzled me initially.
I mean, it's a funny anecdote when you're giving him £2.
Yeah.
It's even funnier when you're getting him
when
to
he's
put up
paying
stuff.
me as well.
Oh, I love it. Right, we're gonna play a record, then we're really gonna concentrate. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais Show.
Steve Merchant's also involved. Oh, go to bed.
Oh no.
Hello, this is Tony Blackburn. It's the time of year when I like to help somebody far less fortunate, or dare I say talented, than myself. I'm talking, of course, about Christian O'Connell's Breakfast Show. You've heard it. It needs all the help it can get, doesn't it? So this Christmas, help a London breakfast show. I won't, because I actually don't give a toss. But you crackheads might.
Cypress Hill, superstars still to come. We've got such great bands as New Order, Ash, Nirvana, Radiohead. Song for the Lovers at about 2 o'clock is a beautiful song by Jimmy Webb.
Lovely,
Steve.
looking forward to it.
Now, it's Steve's birthday, it's XFM 104.9, he's 27.
Yes.
We're both a little bit hungover.
Yes.
Now, every link we've started hasn't really sort of...
It's not really come to fruition, if I'm being honest.
Nothing's happened.
I mean, sometimes they're just all out, there's just blunders in them.
Yeah. Or like this one, we've already run aground. Yeah. I think it might be a mixture of us, like we've been on this station for a little while, we're losing the will to live.
Bored.
But we're gonna buck up our ideas.
Can I just ask a quick
question?
question?
Buck up, by the way, just in
Can I
case.
just ask a quick question though, because I mean...
listening want to complain.
My birthday today, and therefore last night I went out, and that's my excuse for being a little bit tired and a little bit hungover.
Yeah.
What's your excuse? Because you didn't come out.
No, I know.
I mean, you conscious you had the show today. What were you doing? Staying at home, just drinking?
Yeah. Having a little couple. Me and Jane went
what time
to
did you
say
go to
goodbye
bed?
to someone about 1.
Well, that's stupid. Well, what I'm saying is, no, I mean, it's your name all over the show. I'm a nobody. I got no reputation.
Yeah. Although,
thankfully.
you get £1 off in most clubs in
That's
Camden.
true enough.
I think just drop... If anyone out there, if you're sort of like tall, sort of... I'll answer your birthday, but I'm just got to do a description. This is nothing nasty, it's pretty true. If you're sort of like a lanky sort of geek, and you can do a Wurzel accent, then maybe you can pretend to be Steve Merchant and get in £1 off. Is that all right?
That's fine, Rick.
Yeah. No, because some people would take that as a personal...
That's offensive.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So, we were talking about... Should we play a record? Is that link too long already before we actually got to something?
I'm already bored.
Carl, we've got to get to something. We've got to do something.
Why don't you contribute something? You've been silent.
Now, that is scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Really is,
we're in trouble. Oh, no. Oh, we're failing. Who can we bring on that's surefire... always delivers
audio
snappy.
Dynamite.
Yeah. Carl!
The big guns.
Come on, Carl.
I was just thinking, there is nobody else who looks like Steve.
He's done ya.
That's outrageous. Although, to be honest with you, that insult has resurrected things.
Yeah. Well done. Play a little tune. And then we're
Got a little
back.
bit of a sniffle as well, I think.
Yeah.
Cold or something probably coming on.
Bit late there, Carl. You should come in a bit earlier there. Swayed there.
What I like is the complete lack of professionalism on our part.
Yeah.
It's like we've got a bit of a headache, a little bit tired, just, that's it then.
You can't fight that. You can't fight that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, as you well know, Rick, there are certain DJs on this station, you know, drunkards, there's at least 2 I know of who are smackheads.
Yeah.
And, you know, they still manage, they still manage to do a good job.
even the ones that aren't, that try their best, are rubbish.
That's true enough. I'm not saying we're still not the best.
Yeah.
And it's effortless for us, Rick.
I know,
you
yeah.
We're coming up with dynamite stuff here.
Yeah, I know.
And we're not even, you know, fighting on all cylinders.
XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais with me, Stephen Merchant, a little bit hungover. We all are, but he can't really take it. He's loud.
Wait, there is tickets to give away, Rick. I don't know if we should mention that.
What? Who is it for?
Joe Strummer.
Oh yeah.
And his band, the Mescaleros, play Brixton Academy, we think, this evening. A little bit more information will probably be...
So go along, just in case. If you say you're Steve Merchant, pound off.
Well, the doors are at 7 o'clock, and it's £17.50. Unless you've won the competition, Rick, that I'm about to set, and won yourself a pair of tickets. There is someone, right, in America, celebrating a birthday today, okay?
Yeah. More than one.
Same
I
day
think.
as me.
Yeah, no,
No, but there's a specific one I'm thinking of,
Go on.
right? His name, Rick, is Dwight Schultz. Okay?
Yeah.
If you know the answer, obviously don't give it away.
Yeah.
His name's Dwight Schultz. He's an actor.
Yeah.
He's particularly big in the 80s.
Yeah.
And he's also celebrating a birthday today.
You're gonna say what's his name?
I'm gonna say what character is he best known as? What TV character is he best known as? And you can win yourself some tickets for Joe Strum and the Mescaleros at the Brixton Academy.
Dwight Schultz.
American actor, TV character of the 80s, very famous.
Oh yeah. See, Christian's giving away a trip to Salem, Massachusetts.
That's bizarre, actually, because I was in America recently and I went to Salem, Massachusetts, and that's not a prize.
Innit?
Believe me, I mean, we were there, we were sort of obliged to go because we were at someone's birthday. It's rubbish.
Really?
I mean, that's a really poor trip. That's such a boring
He probably can't believe his luck. It's probably the biggest thing Christian's ever had to give away.
The great thing about,
and you've just dissed it.
The great thing about Salem, Massachusetts is that
I don't think we're good for this station. I don't think we're selling this station like we should.
Well, you know, it's its own fault, you know, it shouldn't have hired us. I blame it, you know.
Yeah, and paid us in advance.
Yeah.
They're lucky we turn up.
No, I went to Salem, Massachusetts, and this is the place that's famous from, like, Salem's Lot and, the Salem witch hunts famously.
Famous for all things Salem.
Salem.
Yeah, anything with Salem in the title, that's what it's famous for.
The whole place has gone mad over, like, witches and anything. Basically, it's like, there was the Salem witch hunts in, like, 17 something or other, or 16 something or other. So the whole place now is just full of, like, people dressed as witches.
Yeah.
And then it's like any supernatural stuff. So that I went in and it was amazing. It's quite
like Glastonbury tent.
It was it's awful. Every single place there, every single shop is kind of horror related.
Yeah.
And I went to the, Boris Karloff World of Terror.
Yeah,
right? It's amazing. You went in there, right? I don't know if Boris, the famous horror actor, has actually been involved, but you go in there, you walk in the door, you've got to put these 3D glasses on, right? And it's supposed to be this kind of chilling journey around this kind of, like a sort of, a crypt, you know? And you put these glasses on, and I couldn't tell. They were so poor, I couldn't tell what was supposed to be a 3D effect and what was actually three-dimensional.
Really?
So I couldn't tell if, like, the floor was actually sloped or if it was just appeared to be.
Yeah.
Whether the wall was actually kind of knobbly or whether it was, like, kind of 3D glasses. It was so much, and it literally took about 45 seconds to get through it.
Imagine
he just
that.
came out blinking into the light again. It was
so
rubbish.
So I just want to throw us over to Carl. So there's Steve Merchant with funny glasses on in this place horror, and he's walking round. Do you think he scared people, Carl? I've set this question out, haven't I? I've loaded the question.
I know the answer you're fishing for. Carl, do you just want to have a dig at me? Because it's coming up to 2 o'clock, and you've not really put a lot of effort in today, slagging me off.
I don't do it on purpose.
No, he doesn't do it on purpose. He's just an honest northerner, and he can't lie. He's like George Washington, but without the wooden teeth.
Yeah. Salem. I didn't mean
We've
to say...
lost it again, haven't we? You didn't mean to say Salem. This is such bad radio.
Just
this
the
is
word
really... I mean, genuinely, this is bad radio, isn't it?
Radio.
Quick. Oh, yeah, my mate went to one of those things, in the West End where you walk around and it's aliens and they jump out at you.
Right.
Right? And he was so scared when the alien jumped out and he ripped a bit of his face off. And
the alien's face off?
Yeah, it was foam and the bloke went, don't do that, mate.
Brilliant. Well, in the Salem one, I was wandering around, and this was one guy that kept jumping out. Yeah. Because there was about 10 of us, I was at the back, I always missed him jumping out. So when I got round, I missed all the frights. It was
oh, no.
You'd at least, you'd have thought he'd, jump out, then double round and jump out again.
Yeah.
People at the end
everyone
of the
catch that? No, what do you know it, we? All right, okay, move on.
Oh, if you want to win those tickets, 08700 800 1234. Dwight Schultz, who is he better known as?
Yeah, Basement Jack said, keeping it real. Where's your head at?
Where is your head at?
Yeah, I know what they're saying. They're saying, where's your head at?
Where is your head at?
Yeah, XFM 104.9.
Ricky Gervais.
Now...
just one thing I would say, Rick, is that I've spoken to a few people who've listened to the show, and a lot of people, this is the highlight of their week. It really is. No, a lot of bedbound people, and
yeah,
and we're not putting the effort in, are we? We're providing nothing.
We're trying, but it's just not coming out right. We're just
the words aren't coming out. When I say them in my mind, they're brilliant.
But it's sort of like getting old. Your mind. I still want to run upstairs and things, but I just the lift. I'd like to run upstairs. I just can't anymore. And I felt that today. The comedy's in there. The interesting things and it's all in the head, and it has to go via the mouth.
Yeah,
that's it's just not working for me. But it is your birthday. You're 27. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
We're talking about. Can I tell you one of the best presents I ever had? Without doubt, all I ever wanted was a go-kart. This is true. I was like sort of 5, 6, 7, and I eventually for Christmas, I wasn't sort of spoiled in the sense that I got pocket money, but I always got what I wanted at Christmas eventually. Because, working class mothers, they'd get it out the catalogue and pay for it for the rest of the year. So I always got, I really, as many presents as anyone else. And I got this go-kart. It was a little red go-kart, and it was a pedal one. And I'd run home from school, and I'd be in it, and I'd get down the garden for hours. I'd have to come in for my tea, and this was fantastic. And this went on for weeks and weeks and went through the summer, the next summer. It was just, it was fantastic go-kart. I'd show off. And then one day I came home, and I went, it was always at the back of the shed, sort of up against the shed. And I went in, I couldn't see it. And so I went to the back door. My mum was sort of washing up with that. And I went, where's my go-kart? I thought, it hasn't been nicked. She went, your dad swapped it.
Your dad swapped it?
Yeah. I went, he what? And I was going to be brave, and I went, he what? She went, he swapped it for a wheelbarrow. And I could see she didn't approve of this, and she was thinking, I'm going to tell him, and then I'm going to, have this out. And I went, right. She went, it's your wheelbarrow. And I went to the back of the shed, and there was this wheelbarrow. He swapped it with a bloke called Jimmy Dublin, who he worked with.
Jimmy Dublin?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he was a respectable member of the community.
He was fine. It was his livelihood. No, I think he was an Irish gentleman, and that's why we called him. That's why I don't know what his real name was. And I think my dad must have been drunk, and he went, I want to get my son a go-kart. And my dad went, my kid's got one. He's probably had it for a year. He's probably bored with it.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll give you this wheelbarrow. And I went to this wheelbarrow, and it was caked in concrete. I could hardly lift it. I just nicked off a building site, obviously. And I'd be there for hours trying to push this wheelbarrow up and down the garden, right? And it was okay, though, because I was going on holiday soon, and I 7 years running, went to Bognor Regis, a place called Riverside, because some woman around the way had a caravan that we got free for a week, and it was great, just wonderful. And I used to go there with my mum and my nan.
Oh, party time!
Yeah, the age of 7 to sort of no, it's good because when you're a kid and you wake up in a strange place, it sort of seems weird. You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning hearing your gran pissing in an iron bucket, and
We've all been there.
You get disorientated. Anyway, and I went on holiday, and I met a little friend who was about my age. We were both sort of and he'd hired a go-kart. He had this great go-kart, and he came down to my caravan, and I went, I've got a go-kart. And I remember my mum opening the window of the caravan and going, don't lie.
That's so evil.
And I went, I had a go-kart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever talk to your father about the fact he swapped it?
No.
You never mentioned it to him?
No.
You still got that wheelbarrow?
I think so. I've grown into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can nearly lift it now. Yeah. And now I'm just too old to run up and down the garden with it.
Now you get one of your several gardeners and use it all the time. Wow. Oh, dear.
Dre there. Dr. Dre.
Of course.
Bad intentions. Well, it's, do you want to give the winners of the competition?
The winners, yes. Tickets for Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros playing at Brixton Academy this evening. We have some lucky winners. The question I set was, someone else famous is celebrating a birthday today.
Yeah.
I don't mean someone else famous like I'm famous and someone else who's
You
famous.
could probably get into the Monarch.
Well, pound off at least.
Yeah.
And, I said, yeah, which, actor, Dwight Schultz. No, I didn't. I said, which character did
Started
Dwight
off
Schultz
well,
play?
didn't it?
It started off so well. Which character did Dwight Schultz play? What made him famous in the 80s?
Yeah.
He's celebrating a birthday today. I don't know how old he is, probably in his 60s.
Not in his 60s.
The character he played, of course, was Howling Mad Murdoch.
Yeah.
From the 18...
We did accept Murdoch.
I was watching an 18-1 UK Gold the other day, because I always like to have something, you know, so I can talk to Camfield whenever I meet him.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the thing about Howling Mad Murdoch is, his madness is one of those convenient kind of madnesses where he's not like kind of depressive, where he's trying to kill himself, or he's just schizophrenic, or he's unreliable. He's just a bit eccentric.
Yeah.
His madness is largely, I'll do some funny voices.
You couldn't have, howling slightly off the wall Murdoch, though, could you? It didn't have the edge.
But it's rubbish. It's rubbish madness.
Or howling wacky Murdoch.
Yeah, well, that's what he is. He's wacky.
Howling annoying student Murdoch, I think he should have been called.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, the winners, Carl, I think you took some answers.
Tim and Neil.
Well done, Tim and Neil. Are they going together, or are they...
No.
No, two separate.
Lucky people, lucky people.
Yeah. I don't think your heart's in it anymore either, Carl.
I was alright today, but Steve's really dragged me down.
Well,
Wait a minute, I just need to know why.
No, do you know, like,
Yeah.
people are being miserable around you?
Yeah.
I was full of beans when I came in.
Yep.
Yeah, but you got to remember last week, you were really miserable, and that really wound me up.
Yeah, because he was having to do
it's
stuff.
around,
Because, you know, he'd been let down and they were worried about the
last
next
week
show.
you were in a terrible mood.
Yeah.
Look at me like you were.
songs, I wasn't like going off and lying on the settee, looking ill, talking in that voice.
Oh, he's done you again.
I said, just now, being quite friendly. Yeah,
Carl,
Steve.
Carl, have you ever tried to get into the Monarch for free? Because I'll be honest, mate, it's not going to happen for you. Come out with me, mate, you got to quid off. Alright?
Oh.
When you can get in places in Camden for free.
Yeah, I'm alright, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's done you. Right, now it's time for Song for the Lovers. Now, this is one of my favourite songs of all time. You'll know this song better done by... That was nearly a sentence. Oh, come on, that was nearly a sentence. What's his name? Glenn Campbell. It's Galveston.
Oh, yeah.
This is the man who wrote it. This is the original. This is Jimmy Webb.
Oh, yeah.
With Galveston. From what I can work out, I think it's about a bloke who goes off to the Vietnam War and he's missing, his bird. And, I've brought it down, haven't I? I've brought it down a tone by saying bird.
It's a beautiful song.
It was irony.
Just play it.
Galveston. It's beautiful. Jimmy Webb with Galveston. Now, I know you enjoy
Love the work of
the
Webb.
Webmeister.
A lot of people, of course, be familiar with his sons, the Webb brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, very different. Quite cool, though. I went to see him live, and he was just so cool. Just like doing his songs and telling a little anecdote. It was just, he's fantastic. That's my song for lovers. Steve, what have you got for us?
No, I was just going to mention a couple of other gifts that my father got. Well, he got me once. I unwrapped once, having professed no interest ever in this particular artist, about as much interest as Winston Churchill. I once received, lucky me, the making of Thriller. It was a video behind the scenes on Thriller. The Michael Jackson
know what
film.
he thinks, though.
But he
thinks Steve loves to dance.
No, he went, you love music and you love films.
Yeah, no, that's a film, yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, I've never professed any interest. I mean, I don't think it even had Thriller, the actual film, on it. It was just the making of Thriller.
Really?
Behind the scenes. Michael Jackson dancing around.
And John
saying,
Landis.
Yeah, it was rubbish.
Well, that's not very nice, is it? But what did you say when you opened it? Brilliant.
Brilliant. I love Jackson. Can't wait to watch this. Can we watch it now, I said?
What did he say?
No.
He's so ungrateful, really.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember a time my dad bought me anything. It's always my mum who bought it, and my dad would give her the money.
Yeah.
You got Ricky who's lost his go-kart. You've had a video bought for you, and you're still not happy. I just think it's selfish.
It's not so much that I appreciate the fact that there is a gift. I think it's the fact that the gifts are arbitrary and can be bought in the shop that's opposite the place he works.
Tell Carl what you got your mum for this. Well, listen to this, Carl, you'll love this.
Right, it's the thought that counts, right? So I suppose if you say that the thought that counts is the fact that he went and got anything at all, that counts. Okay, fair enough. But he phoned me up, he said, what shall I get your mother, right? It's her 20th wedding anniversary, right? What shall I get her? I said, well, I'll tell you this is a great idea I'd heard from somewhere else. Why not get her, pay for her to have a makeover, you know, and all the sort of treatment, you know, and the beauty treatment and that. She'll love that, you know, then take her out, give her a meal and stuff. He went, okay. So he hangs up. I speak to him on the day of my mum's birthday. I say, what'd you get? He said, I got something. I said, do you go for the makeover idea? He went, not exactly. I went, what'd you do? He went, I bought her a trowel. A trowel. I went, a trowel? He went, yeah, for the garden. I went, it's a trowel. You've been married 20 years and you got her a trowel. He went, it's stainless steel. I said to him, it's a trowel, Dad. And he went, do you think I should have got it engraved? It is mental. And I went down to see them, right? And I went in the lounge and literally, imagine it, like, it wasn't this, but imagine, I got in there, he'd bought this trowel, right? And he'd also bought her an industrial-sized tin of coffee. You know those ones, those big-sized ones you have in like, hotels?
Did he say she loves coffee, Steve?
She loves coffee, Steve, he said.
I love the fact that that's meant to be, like the whole family use it, like she keeps that by her bed.
Yeah.
Like she's in Stalag 13 or something. This is my coffee.
So imagine walking into the lounge, right? She's there, she's got the presents that my sister's bought and that. A trowel, just holding a trowel and a tin of coffee. And me walking in wondering, I wonder if there's anything sort of that she regrets in her life. Mental.
Oh, that's lovely. She loves coffee, Steve.
She loves coffee, Steve.
Oh.
She loves the garden.
Carl, what's the worst present you've ever had?
See, we don't really celebrate birthdays in our house, so...
What? Where are you from? What planet are you? What do you mean you don't celebrate birthdays?
Are you here from another world observing? Like, trying to blend in, but not quite managing to pull it off?
I'm not that fussed about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's...
Yeah.
The mum and dads are on the same day. And I think that just was like...
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
And their anniversary. And...
Well, they got married on their mutual birthday.
But Carl, can I just...
And Christmas.
But Carl, there's a difference between you saying...
What do you mean their anniversary's on the same day? Of course it's on the same day.
Yeah, and the birthday.
But, Carl, what I mean is that... you say that you don't really celebrate your birthday, but presumably you have received some presents at some point in your life from your parents. Or anyone.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we'll come back to you later.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let's play a record.
Carl, have a think about that and we'll come back to you later. Thanks very much.
Ash and Sometimes, they've won me over.
They have indeed, yeah.
They've just got they got to be the band they always wanted to be, I think.
I'd have written them off in the early days, but no.
Me too, Steve. Just goes to show.
Carl, any thoughts on what gift you've perhaps once received that you can joke about now? Or was tragic at the time? No?
No.
Not really put the thought in then?
Didn't have that many presents, so...
Always thankful for what you got.
I was grateful for.
Yeah.
Rick, would you love to hear from the listeners if maybe they've received some amusing gifts?
No.
No, I wouldn't.
So, what are you doing tonight? You're going out for a little meal with your parents?
Yeah. I thought you were coming.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Any suggestions as to where we could go? I mean, maybe people would like to phone in, because I've got no idea. It's got to be largely meat-based. A fella will only really eat meat.
Do you know, the steakhouse, near me, it's closed down.
Brilliant. That's one. There's lots more to go. Let's not stop there, people. Come on.
I used to look across and think, is that a bingo hall?
I know. It's
or
bright.
somewhere to eat? Yeah, neon. There's at the back, right at the back, had cocktails. And, you know, just imagine.
Who's in there for a cocktail?
You know, imagine you going in there with a DJ sitting there.
Ladies.
Hi. Be fantastic. Go on. Carl's got something to say. I can tell. What?
Is there a chance that your dad's, like, on the way into London now and has heard you saying, oh,
yeah,
he got me this and he got me that, and he could be, like, nipping to a shop now to buy you a rake and thought...
yeah, just think of that. Oh, that'd be terrible, wouldn't it? Or the making of the Bends.
Yeah, he'll probably turn up and say, I was going to get you a gift, Steve, but then I got high. And we'll all laugh. Yeah. Cultural reference.
Yeah. Right, this link has run out of steam again.
Yes, but don't worry, because I can salvage it.
Go on.
Because it's time for Under the Covers. Cover me up. Oh, you got me
Between
covered.
the covers.
Between the covers. I like covers. Cover songs.
Yeah.
And
this was done by someone else.
And it was this week I'd like to play I mean, we're all fans of Destiny's Child, Rick, and we're all fans of the song Say My Name.
Yeah.
But have any of us heard the Scottish band Spare Snare doing their version of it? I suspect not. Let's hear it now. Spare Snare doing their version of Say My Name by Destiny's Child. Rick, what did you make of it?
Do you remember Raw Sex? That used to be in, French and Saunders, was Roller Yvonne, yeah.
Is that basically what it's like?
It's a bit like that.
Do you think maybe the cover version section's running out of steam? If that's what we're playing.
I think we should only ever do sort of 6 weeks a year on radio.
Right.
And then, you know...
and people will kind of remember that. It'll be beautifully preserved in their memories.
Yeah. You know, like Benny Hill used to do one show a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? Imagine how awful it'd been if he'd like do it every week for 2 hours. I don't think he'd have been so successful, to be honest, Steve. I think he'd run out of ideas.
Rick, I know that you are tired of coming in every Saturday and doing the show. I know I am, and I suspect many of the listeners are. But maybe we should leave it to the listeners. You know, if they want us off the air, maybe they should just email, fax, phone in.
That'd be. I think everything should be like that, though. Vote whether you want to, you know, like a binary sort, like you know, up against someone knocks, like Winner Stays On in pool.
Yeah,
I hate that. Winner Stays On in pool in pubs. It's just horrible, fascist, isn't it? You want to play with your mates. You don't have to beat a bloke with one tooth who just plays pool all day.
Yeah,
costs him nothing, and he has 93 games. Of course, you're not going to beat him. He's a professional by the end of the evening.
Okay,
XFM 104.9.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
For Hero by Les Fleur. Great bloke, Les.
Yeah.
Worked with him in Blackpool. Weird. Had very high voice. Can't grow a beard.
Yes.
But, yeah. I'm joshing. Probably pronounced Les Fleur, innit?
Les Fleur.
Yeah. We know all that. Oh, we know that. We know that.
We noticed all those huge posters, advertising Christine O'Connell's breakfast show. They're all over the place now. They're mainly on the tube, like you wouldn't know, Gervais.
No.
What with your driver and everything. Imagine if they'd spent the kind of money they must have spent on those, advertising our show.
I know.
And those people were tuning in, and today's show is what they heard.
I was actually thinking, right, cause we do care in a way. Yeah. We couldn't get over it today, you know. Just to word to the kids, this is what alcohol can do to you.
Yeah. Sobering lesson.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But I thought, what if this was our first ever attempt at radio? Think how gutted we'd be. We'd go, we're not
What
right.
worries me is it's like, I don't know, it's like in my sort of hangover state, it's like I've kind of woken from a dream, and I've sort of thought to myself, all the stuff we're saying today is what we normally say week in, week out, and we think is brilliant. And it's today we've done it, and it's rubbish, and it's like we've seen the truth.
Oh yeah, it might be. See, so an alcohol can
just not as interesting or entertaining as we thought.
See, yours could be BSE as well, though, because I know you're worried about that.
I think.
Yeah, because you just ate beef, didn't you, for the first 15 years?
Largely just beef, yeah.
Beef and milk.
Yeah. Mainly uncooked. It was just, you know, they just wheel a cow in.
From the cow.
Yeah, just suckle it from the cow.
Now we get complaints about that.
We will indeed. I always wondered if Bruno Brooks ever got complaints, actually. When he once played Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of, and he must have dozed off or something, because he didn't realise, all the swearing, you know, F you, I won't do what you tell me, and he just left it playing.
He probably wasn't
And
listening.
It was the UK Top 40, and it was just, you know...
He probably, of course, he probably did get complaints.
Where is he now?
Good point, doing internet radio, which is, of course, where we'll be next week.
Yeah, if we buck our ideas up.
Quick question.
Go on.
I just realised who Karl looks like. Moby.
He does.
Not the first person to say that.
Yeah, suddenly just dawned on me then.
Yeah.
So if
Moby's one of those people that I think's fantastic. Every time I see him, everything he says I agree with. He's lovely, and I just can't get into his music. It's bad. It's like I feel that it's like a mate you can't say, oh, I give it up, because I think he's fantastic, and I want to go, why don't you do something else?
For more
I bored myself then.
If you've got a pop star that you'd like Ricky Gervais to pass comment on, why not get in touch?
Yeah, that's
Rick, what are your views on Rick Witter from Shed 7?
Rick Witter, you know, I like their effort.
Okay.
I think he's quite, you know, got a nice hair.
What about Chakademus and Pliers?
What was their hit?
Tease me, tease me, tease me. Anyway, more of that next time, I'm sure.
Oh, that's it.
Are we straight to the Song for the Ladies now?
Yeah, Song for the Ladies. Yeah,
should we just get it over with?
Yeah, let's knock this on the head.
Song for the Ladies this week, one of the best tracks on Hour of the Bewilderbeast by Badly Drawn Boy. It's, of course, Magic in the Air for all the ladies.
Bye. Sorry about that. We're gonna really be good next week.
Happy birthday, or?
Happy birthday to you. But no, we're gonna start work on next week's show.
Really, from then on, it'll be year zero.
Yeah. Muse on XFM 104.9. It's a Gervais show, isn't it?
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, we're all here.
Lads.
I can't wait.
I can't believe it.
We've got some great stuff coming up, Steve. I'm being honest.
Go on.
There's some great tunes.
Yep.
We've got, there's too many to mention.
Don't mention them.
Well, there's about 20 actually.
Is there?
We could mention them.
Looking forward to them.
I've got a brand new feature
as
well. you know, I'll do my film with you.
Loving it.
And, you know, we do Run for the Covers and Song for the Lovers and, got a new feature.
Go on.
That film sounds good.
Right.
It's not the film review, it's a track from a film.
That's brilliant, Rick.
Yeah.
That's
That film sounds good.
Yeah.
Something like that.
People will be desperate to look forward to that.
And there'd just be some chat as well.
There'll just be some nattering. Carl, have we got anything to give away this week?
No.
Ooh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Quite like giving stuff away.
Yeah.
Makes me feel quite powerful.
You know, in the week, is there any meetings like, oh, what should we give, like, Ricky and Steve to give away? Because, I mean, I'll see lots of trailers for the Breakfast Show and that, Enterprise and that. Or do they go, who? It comes Saturdays. Saturdays? What? I don't work Saturdays. No, but it's still on the air Saturdays. Is it?
Who listens on a Saturday?
Yeah. Between 1 and 3. Oh, that's the worst time, isn't it?
They sort of hear you know, taking the mickey out of what tickets you're given. And I think this week you could have had St Etienne, but they said no. We'll hold them back.
I love we're being punished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what we're being punished for being subversive and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Is that a crime, Rick? I don't think so. High five.
Fine.
You've got to hit the hand,
Yeah,
otherwise it sounds embarrassing.
You're a lot taller than me, aren't
just hit high five. Yes.
Play
Sweet.
record. Rebel Motorcycle Club there in Loveburn's XFM 104.9. We're really swinging now.
We are. It's
so
happening.
much better than last week.
Last week was appalling. I don't want to talk about
Well,
it.
it wasn't too bad, actually.
Was it?
Apparently. No, you know, I said, oh, we were really off and Steve was hungover and I was tired and we couldn't be bothered. And, they were going, no, it's as good as any other week. Which is pretty disappointing, isn't it? You want them to go, well, I'll tell you what, it was the worst one ever and it was still brilliant.
It was still magnificent.
As opposed to, it was one of the best. But rubbish. Yeah. Good. So we're gonna really,
we're gonna up the ante today.
Yeah.
Come on, Carl. Cheer up.
Let's make this, Carl, let's make this the best show ever.
All right. Should we have a big group hug?
Yeah.
Oh, Carl, come on.
No, let's have a big group lick.
Yeah. Carl, come on.
Look at his little
look at his face. You can see why the ladies love him. He's a cute guy. No, you're a cute guy. And I'm not having a go. I genuinely think you are, so don't have a go back at me.
Oh, I got some news for you, Steve.
Go on.
Where is it? Carl, where is that thing? Right. Here. Company magazine are compiling a 50 most eligible bachelors feature.
Ding dong.
For the May issue 2002, right? These are the requirements, right? Single, right? That means available, not just unmarried, just, you know.
Okay.
Age 20 to 30. You're well in there.
I'm straight in there.
C. D.
What was C?
C is, it says good looking.
Fine, yeah, I'm eligible so far.
And it
Keep
says
going.
oh no, this is what rules you out probably. It says not necessarily Brad Pitt-esque. And you are a little bit.
Well, so they say.
Must be British and come from one of the following, regions. London, South East, South West. You're there.
That's me.
I think they just name all the regions of Britain.
Yes, they could just say from Britain.
Really. Employ, what, sorry, Carl, go on.
Is there a height restriction or anything like that?
Well,
So what is this? What, seriously, is this a serious thing? What is it?
It's the most eligible bachelor.
This is so me. Do you know any of the boys who'd be perfect for us company girls? Past bachelors have included TV presenters Dermot O'Leary.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in with Dermot O'Leary. He knows me. He's normally on, isn't he?
Yeah.
Jamie Theakston.
It's not most eligible person who knows a bachelor.
The models Rob Warrington and James Polanski.
Yeah.
The singers Lyndon David Hall and Richard Blackwood.
Yeah.
Wouldn't necessarily consider him a singer.
Controversial.
I'm sorry.
He's having a dig at Blackwood.
Hey, I'll tell you this, I was watching, I don't suppose watch it, but I saw the trailer for The Farmer Wants a Wife.
Oh, yeah.
Right, which is the show, which you mentioned, yeah, you did. Which is a show where I think farmers, because obviously it's very difficult for them to meet women.
Wants a wife?
And I'm thinking, hello, idea, Steve Merchant wants a wife.
It's not bad,
It's a TV show.
Who sounds a bit like a farmer.
Exactly.
But
what I'm saying is, I don't mind the public voting for the woman, you know, if that's how it happens. I don't mind, you know, because who cares, you know,
Yeah.
I'll have anything, whatever they can choose. Be fine. You know?
See, that, I think, yeah.
Steve Merchant wants a farmer. That'd be even better.
Steve Merchant wants it.
Yeah, Steve Merchant wants it. I'm thinking, sort of, maybe the Bravo channel on cable.
Yeah.
You know, or ITV2.
Yeah.
Hey, it's an idea, Rick. I'm just flying out the flagpole.
Yeah, well, we'll think about that.
Yeah.
Don't phone in. It's not worth it. Let's play some more music. There is a Slim Shady in all of us. That was Eminem, XFM 104.9. Steve.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, because Carl, I'm probably thinking, you know, he likes to have a little dig every so often about, you know, my success with the ladies. No, but I'd tell you, you'd have been proud of me last night. No, listen, you'd have been proud of me. Because I was walking back from the shops, I was carrying 2 cans of weak lager. It was Friday night, Rick.
Yeah.
Time to go a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And there's this woman coming the other way, who must have been sort of 50, 55, just staring on the street, dressed in kind of like rhinestone cowboy style outfit. Really weird, never seen her before.
Parton? Was it Parton?
It wasn't Dolly.
No.
And she was just staggering down the road, like, just shouting, and some truck drove by, and she just went, "Oh, come over here! Come over here!" And the car just drove by or whatever, and she walked into me, and she saw me coming, and she saw the beer in my hand, she couldn't believe her luck, and she stopped, and she tried to stop me, and I sort of stepped one way to try and go past her. She stepped there and blocked my way, so she blocked the other way, and she went, come here, like trying to motion, and I was really scared. It was like some...
You looked around and thought, beggars can't be choosers.
But then, for a minute, I was thinking, well, you know, I mean, it's Friday night, you know, I'm in a mood to make whoopee, but, I thought it's probably best to avoid it, and I actually managed to, run away and, avoid her, and she just kept shouting at me as I was running down the road, come with me, but I legged it. But what I was thinking is it was like some kind of, like, sort of Hansel and Gretel nightmare. Do you know what I mean? Like an old lady in your way.
You're going there and there's loads of other people that look just like you.
Exactly.
They're getting very, very thin.
We've been here for years.
In chains. Yeah.
But I thought you'd have been proud of me. No, that was, you know, that was a woman on a plate.
So to speak.
And I just turned it down.
And, yeah.
Exactly, you see?
You
so
went
not so desperate.
He got in and went, what have I done?
Seeing her again tonight, then.
Well, I'm just going to hang around by the offie, see what happens, you know.
Looking forward to Christmas?
Loving it. I'm always a big fan of Christmas, actually. Yeah, no, I'm not a bah humbug type.
It's not far now, is it? It's this month now. Is it?
Are we in December?
Is it the 1st?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Jesus. Yeah. Brilliant.
I was quite excited because, this week I think it was this week in the papers, The Sun, and I think all the other papers actually, had the first of the kind of giveaway, TV supplements that comes out listing all the shows that are on. But what about when they bring them out this early, is you open it and it's like, you think, yeah, I want to see what films are on and stuff, and you go through it, and it just, about half of the listings are to be confirmed. To be confirmed. It's it's an utter waste of time.
Yeah.
And it's like, who is planning their film and TV watching this early? Yeah. It's a little bit early to be worrying about
3
it.
weeks in advance going, but I better not make any... Well, unless it's like an amazing thing on telly, or, you know...
Are you coming to a party? We got one, Friday 29th. I don't know, I'm gonna watch something on the TV, there's a good film. What is it? Not been confirmed yet.
It's to be confirmed, but I can just, you know, say this, I won't be at the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's strange.
But I remember when I was little, my sister used to work in W.H. Smith's, and she used to come home like every Thursday. She'd been paid, big bag of sweets for me, and you know, the TV Times.
The TV Times, of course, because you're working class. Sort of.
TV Times.
The radio Times for a classier, middle class gentleman like myself.
But the bumper edition at Christmas, it's like 2 weeks of telly. She sit down, like that Thursday night, sit down with my sweets, and we tick off all the things we were going to watch over the next 2 years. Didn't happen, did it? Because I was squeaking around, hyperactive, making people playing with toys, stuff, and not watching telly, really.
I bet but if you watched any telly, it'd have been really rubbish stuff. The whole family was like, I imagine probably Dennis Norden's Laughter File, Volume 12, or whatever it is.
I don't think even Dennis Norden was going there.
Whereas you see, in our house, of course, we'd just switch off the TV, and we'd perhaps just listen, you know, to a concerto on Radio 3.
Ooh, yeah, we weren't allowed to turn the telly off. Really.
I don't know what a concerto is, I've just said that word.
I don't know what a concerto is. It's like just a posh word for concert, isn't it?
I think so.
Is it? Yeah. What's a concerto?
It's one of those, maybe it's one of those instruments, the kind of squeeze box.
That's a concertina.
It's a concertina.
Yeah.
My nan used to play a concertina.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that's interesting to you. I don't know why you choose the concertina of all the instruments to play. I mean, it's not the sexiest, it's only kind of sailors.
My nan used to have one, but she doubled up as an iron lung.
Nice.
Which was good. And so when she, you know, when she had a bit of an attack, we not only were warned, but we had little tunes.
That's beautiful.
As well, yeah.
Could you play your gran?
You can play your gran, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Once she had a bit of an accident, she said, sit down kids, and she came in there, and she had a corrugated neck.
Ah, of course.
Where it had gone horribly wrong. Go on.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
It's happening again, Steve.
What's happening?
It's going all wrong. Yeah. We're talking rubbish.
Are we?
Yeah.
We should have played 2 in a row.
He's having a go, isn't he?
Blimey.
Gorillas, Rock the House.
Yep.
XFM 104.9.
Who are you?
Ricky Gervais. Who are you?
Steve Merchant?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Together again. I can't believe it.
The old team.
They said it'd never happen.
Plus Karl, he presses the buttons.
Let's not draw attention to him. We were talking about, squeeze boxes.
Yes.
And, got me to thinking, what's happened to them?
You don't see them.
Do you know what I mean? Instruments should be around forever, you know what I mean? The piano forte, as I call
it's a classic.
Been around forever. They invented it, it's around. You know, the saxophone was only, I think, the 20s or 30s. But, you know, I can't imagine it going away.
There's a number of instruments probably dying out.
Lute.
The lute you rarely see now.
You rarely see, except maybe on Men Without Hats.
What was Men Without Hats?
Or Marillion.
Right,
Men Without Hats. We can dance if we want to. And Pierre Trudeau's daughter was in that video.
Who was that we saw in the sandwich shop yesterday?
Well, he might not want us. He might want people to know that he was in a sandwich shop.
It's fine. It just shows that he's human.
Bruce Dickinson. He didn't recognise him. I went, look.
Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden.
I had no idea.
Fella, isn't he?
I'd say he's really tiny. It was almost laughable. Is he married? That'll annoy me. But
you just alienated yourself from a lot of heavy metal fans now, because he's pretty much of a guru.
They never leave their bedrooms, Rick.
But they've got powers. If they're putting crystals now on toads, and they're going to turn you into a...
All right.
Well, no.
Let's having a go.
I wasn't having a go. I stopped myself, realising it wasn't much of a threat.
Rick,
right, go on.
What else is dying out? Pipes.
Pipes.
You never see people smoking pipes.
Why
Young people now are not smoking pipes.
No.
You see old people, you're right, but kids, you've got to start taking up pipes, otherwise they're going to die out, because the people of the older generation, they're going to die soon. I'm not smoking a pipe. I should be.
With pipes, though, was it like the fashion where when you smoked, you started, at a young age and then carried on, or did you just start at 50?
But no, because if you see like sort of shots of kind of sort of professorial types from the 1930s when they're at Oxbridge, they're always smoking pipes in a tweed jacket.
Yeah,
that was when they started, like university.
Yeah, but they still do. There's lots of things that should die out in the rest of the world carry on in Oxbridge colleges.
Yeah, but my point is
boaters.
All right. All I'm saying is that they're not even in Oxbridge now. They're not even smoking pipes.
I bet there is.
There's no one smoking pipes.
I bet there is.
Right, I'd like to know if there's anyone listening who's under the age of 30 that smokes a pipe regularly, and I don't mean like a crack pipe.
And I guarantee they went to Oxford or Cambridge.
Okay, what's the number?
08700 800 1234.
What's the email?
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Pipes are dying out.
Yeah.
Snuff, that's as good as gone.
Yeah.
Snuff.
Yeah, trilbies.
My friend always said if he won like loads of money on the lottery, he'd like to try really hard to try and bring back, as a fashion accessory, the cape. Because the capes are classy.
I quite like the cape.
The cape's brilliant, because you can kind of mask your face with it. Yeah. Dracula-like.
You can have it off, but still on but still off. It's not like a coat. You know what I mean? Where you drape it over your shoulders and that can fall down.
Carl, you're not a fan of the cape. You're turning your nose up at the cape. That's a madness.
No pockets.
Good point. You could have some kind of inner sort of smuggler's pocket. Poacher's pocket. If they did that, I'd buy one.
Well, I'll tell you what. That sounds good. That sounds good. It's just gone half-assed. It's the new feature.
I can't believe it.
That sounds good.
For a minute there, I was completely lost.
Yeah.
Remind me again, what's that sounds good? No, hang on, it's that film sounds good.
Oh yeah, that film sounds good. Right, this isn't my famous film review, which I've got coming up. Right. Look forward to that. It's brilliant.
Yes,
it's quite a delicate subject, but I think I deal with it sensitively.
Brilliant. Okay.
That film sounds good.
Right.
And I've taken
Remind us again what that is. What this feature is.
I'm going to pick a song from a film.
Okay.
That's on from the soundtrack. Right. Yes. I'm choosing a song from Jackie Brown.
Okay.
Great film.
Yeah, brilliant film.
And this is Across 110th Street by Bobby Womack. It's fantastic.
Wonderful song.
You'll only like this if you're really cool.
Yeah, if you're really cool, like, say, us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bobby Womack. Across 110th Street. It's great, isn't it?
That's a lovely feature,
And that's the first feature. Ooh, that film sounds good.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Brilliant, yeah.
I'm thinking of actually bringing out maybe a compilation of,
I'd love to hear it.
Song for the Lovers.
What sort of things can we hear, can we expect in the future? 'Cause I know you're a big fan. This is brilliant. He bought, right, the soundtrack to the film Braveheart, which is just kind of... No, let me just explain. Which is just kind of big orchestrated numbers, right?
James Horner.
As far as he's concerned, that's classical music. He's got a classical music CD in his collection. It's the music from Braveheart. Oh, I sit there and I think, yeah, mate, I'd probably sort of lead my people's, you know... He's obsessed with Braveheart. He actually sort of relates to William Wallace. He actually thinks, yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd be doing.
Yeah. It is. No.
What was it you were working out to the other day as well? He's got like a personal, like, gymnast or whatever. What's it called? Is it a gym expert? A trainer? You've got a personal...
I box with this bloke.
Yeah, he goes boxing in, like, some underpass somewhere. Right? Every day. Like, every single day, he goes boxing, right? But and what was it you were what did you tell me you were training to this week?
God.
What music did you have on?
Oh my God. I have actually, now I never this, but I have actually gone red, haven't I?
Yes.
Right.
It's very hard to embarrass
I was working out and training and boxing. Oh my God. You're gonna have to play a record after this. To the Rocky soundtrack.
To the Rocky soundtrack. He's bought, right, a CD which has got the best music from all of them. Now, was it Eye of the Tiger, or was it...
It starts off with Eye of the Tiger, then it goes, Hearts on Fire. That's me sort of Red Hot Fire. Then it goes, dun 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 dun.
Does any of your training, with your trainer, does it ever involve you running through snow with a log chained to your back?
Yeah.
Like in Rocky
and helping,
IV?
I was often have to help Russian peasants, because their cart horse is, like, falling over, but I lift it up. Whereas the other fella, he's training in a posh gym having injections. I'm not. I'm just, like, breaking rocks and punching dead cows.
Where'd you get that from?
It's handy, wasn't it?
Put it on.
No,
what is it?
That's the
He can't hear because he's got. Put your headphones on.
Why was it?
You'll love it. You'll love it.
Yeah.
That's magnificent.
Yeah.
That's now Ricky Gervais's theme tune.
Yeah.
Every time we start the show, we should just start with that.
Win, Ricky, win. U2, Walk On. I've got to give it to him. I hated U2 for about 15 years.
You've said it before, Rick,
I know, but I love that one now. I just love that album. They can't put a foot wrong.
Do you ever listen to the whole album? Because I know you tend to buy albums just for the singles, when you could, of course, just buy the singles.
I know where he's going. I bought light funky ones.
Oh, I wanted to say that.
Yeah, I bought light funky ones, because I...
The light funky ones. Do you remember the light funky ones? That was about, like, a year ago. What did they do? They did Girl in a Green Dress, Girl on TV.
And, Abercrombie.
That one that goes, yeah, Summertime Abercrombie and Fitch. The girls are wearing up. Do you remember that? It's like a light sort of summer...
Listen,
nonsense.
I've got a lot of money. It's nothing to me, okay?
The light funky
I want a bit of light funky ones once. That's 15 quid. It's nothing to me.
You put the 2 singles on, right? Never listen to the rest of the album.
I never listened to the 2 singles again either.
The light funky ones.
Oh, it's just, my street cred's gone down it. Rocky soundtrack and the light funky ones. You'd make 2 mistakes.
Right, let's not forget Braveheart, the soundtrack.
Oh, yeah. It's a good film.
Rick, we were talking earlier about stuff.
True story about a little Australian freed the Scottish.
The stuff that's dying out that I think you and I single-handedly need to kind of resurrect and salvage. I thought the Trilby was dying out.
Yeah.
I'll surprise you, and yet,
well,
watching Top of the Pops last night, Jamiroquai was wearing one, and then lo and behold, Danny Minogue came on, she had one as well. I thought, blimey, there's 2 people there trying to salvage the Trilby, and good luck to them.
Well, that's on its way then. Let them do that.
The Trilby's fine.
Let's do something else.
But the bowler hat...
Ah, the bowler hat.
You never see the
I
bowler.
always fancy myself in a bowler hat.
I love a bowler hat. Carl, would you wear a bowler hat? I know you'd wear the cape.
I did wear a Trilby.
You wear a Trilby, really?
Mm.
You must have looked like a...
That's brilliant. What, because you're a Mancunian?
Well, there was a phase, wasn't there, in about 90... When was it?
I think that was just round your way.
It might have been. It was in Manchester.
Did someone get a job lot of Trilbys? And persuaded you kids? Yeah, I'll tell you what's trendy. No, Sean Ryder wears one of these. Does he? Yeah, go on. Yeah, quid. And then everyone in your street had Trilbys on.
But you've never worn a bowler?
Never.
What about Kangol bowler? You might think
one
about
out again.
I'll tell you what. I would like to wear a bowler hat in a dark, but I'm worried I look like one of those little fellas off a Home Pride advert.
The Home Pride guys, they've been persevering with the bowler for years.
They still look good in it though,
They're still looking good. They're dapper guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, the Jolly Green Giant, he had quite a distinctive look, which is obviously one I've been thinking of exploiting.
What, the little, I know, the little, sort of like a little dress.
Was it Corncroft that made up his little skirt?
Yeah.
What was the Jolly Green Giant so jolly about? Probably. He was very pleased. It can't have just been the sweet corn and the peas.
No, I reckon it was his enormous Jolly Green knob. I mean, he must have got up every day and gone, look at that. He must have been so happy.
The only thing that's like, in the case of the Jolly Green Giant, or like when Gulliver was a giant and he was in Lilliput and all the Lilliputians, they helped him out, they were feeding him and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're a giant like that in that situation, how do you sort of have a little sneaky tug? You know, a little tug, a little J. Arthur Rank.
I don't know, because it's like...
it's very tricky to do that.
Because you're as big as their mountains,
exactly.
aren't you? You can't hide. They go, oh, you know, I mean, there's no...
All the little village probably just thought it was a tidal wave or something. Do you know what I mean?
That's pretty grim, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the tidal wave's pretty desperate.
I know.
It's how would he have gone to the mayor and said, I need a Kleenex the size of a tennis court.
Yeah.
And a gigantic copy of the Daily Star.
No, I never understood with giants how they actually got that big in the first place, because what food was around to make them... Because not only were they, like, big, but they were mostly big. They ate well.
They ate whole cows, probably.
When, Carl,
it's not well documented, Carl, is it?
You know they don't actually exist and never have. Okay.
Right, it's time for a feature, I think.
Oh, Carl, I've got... there was a TV show I watched once on the History Channel. This is the History Channel.
Yeah.
It was the history of werewolves. Right? The history of werewolves. Yeah. And the whole show is predicated on the fact that at the end, we'll tell you if they ever existed or not.
Yeah. Just waiting. And I go, oh, come on, we're going to be late. Hold on, he's going to tell us if they existed or not.
Karl, Werewolves?
Michael Aspel was in it, and Michael Aspel is a top broadcaster and therefore would not associate himself with something that did not exist.
Under the covers time, gents.
Under the covers.
Cover me up, cover me bad, run for cover. Here come the covers. Covers. I like cover songs.
This is a cover version.
Yes. This is from an album which, is a bit hit and miss, as these things often are. It's, different artists covering the songs of Leonard Cohen. You've got the Pixies on there, R.E.M., Nick Cave, different people. This, bizarrely, is Lloyd Cole, not someone I'm normally a fan of, but doing a version of the fantastic Leonard Cohen song at Chelsea Hotel. Play it, Carl, it's beautiful. Lloyd Cole doing his version of Chelsea Hotel.
Under the Covers.
Under the Covers. I thought it was a beautiful version.
It's lovely.
You know that, apparently, really I think it's that song,
sweet.
Written by Leonard Cohen originally, and I think it's about his brief romance with Nico, who made a name, of course, with the Velvet Underground, and was a tragic drugs victim. But it's interesting because I'm looking at this as a compilation called I'm Your Fan, which is cover songs of Leonard Cohen's music. And as I say, R.E.M., there's people on the Nick Cave who are still going. There's a couple of names you don't tend to hear of that often now. The House of Love.
Oh, yeah.
Rarely hear them, do you? That Petrol Emotion.
Oh, yeah.
That Petrol Emotion.
Yeah.
Who else we got on here? It says Robert Forster. Now, is he a musician, or is it... Robert Forster, I don't know.
What if you know, who Robert Forster is? I thought it was a writer.
The Lilac Time.
The Lilac Time.
They're on there as well.
You can't just say a name of a band and laugh.
You can if it's the Lilac Time.
Well, we were...
Did I tell you before that my friend and I once listed words we thought should be rude, but aren't, like cassock, we always thought.
Yeah,
and,
bollards.
Bollards. And he always pointed out the blow monkeys.
Yeah.
Which I was...
It could be a very rude word, but isn't.
It isn't. Okay,
that could be a new feature, couldn't it? We're featured up, aren't we?
Aren't we? This is brilliant.
We've still got the film review to come. Song for Lovers is coming up in a few minutes.
Song for the Ladies.
Yeah, Song for the Ladies. What else
if I can squeeze in a hip-hop track, I'd love to do it.
Yeah, that's called our hip-hop track bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's just amazing.
Do we have a classic song, Rick?
What were you thinking of?
Oh, I don't know, maybe something by, Nirvana?
Well, there's their biggest classic, you mean?
Ideally.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's going well, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it.
Well, I'm looking forward to Pop Idol.
Pop Idol? I've not been watching it.
You're joking?
Yeah, I don't know what's happened, really. I've lost interest.
Oh, well, it is like most things, like the preliminary rounds, that's when all the real freaks and no-hopers, you know. But sometimes I watch those sort of things and I sort of laugh and I think, oh dear, I shouldn't be laughing at him because he's not just rubbish, he's verging on the mentally ill. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes people that go along, you want to go, who told you to go along? What were you thinking? Right?
Well, it's the fact that there was no one to stop them going. That's what's even more terrifying.
Yeah, I know. Simon Cowell's good.
He's great value.
He's amazing. Foxy. I like Foxy now.
I know, I've warmed to
He's come round, Dr. Fox. He's a lovely little shiny tree trunk.
Now, often I notice he's not always there week in, week. Is that because he's off doing medical operations?
He's got his practice still.
He's got the practice, he's got to maintain that.
Yeah, you know, is on...
Isn't it the big ones tonight? I mean, when I say the big ones...
Capital Radio, he's still on... Capital Radio.
Yeah.
That he's got to do. So, you know...
Isn't it some of the big names, though? It's, Darius Dinesh tonight.
It's Darius and the Fat Boy.
And the Fat Guy,
the big thing that makes you...
Oh, I noticed in The Sun today is saying, vote for me because of my musical talent, not because I'm huge and you feel sorry for me.
Yeah, well, that's good. I think that's right. But he has got a great...
Darius, I noticed, he shaved his beard off.
He looks... He's a new man.
He looks slightly laughable, though. He's got quite a weak chin.
He's having a laugh.
Well...
He's dissing Darius for
I'm
his
not
looks.
claiming to be a pop star.
Well...
Oh, can you feel the love in the room?
Yeah, let's have a little song. No, but I'm looking forward to it. My favourite all the way through has been the little fella with the stutter. I'd like Darius to get...
Yeah, I think it's almost certain he's going to win. I don't think there's any excitement
so. Or
there.
that Welsh girl, who was very good.
Oh,
The one that made Pete Waterman cry.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
She was good though, wasn't she?
Yeah, they're great. They're really good. But, you know, it'd be nice to see Fatty get some recognition.
I mean, he's just a weird shape, though. It turns my stomach, and I'm one to talk.
Steady on.
No, I know.
He's just, you know...
He's just doing his job.
It's, you know, glandular.
Yeah.
It's not as greed. But, you know, he's got a good voice, and why not? We've had Demis Roussos in the charts.
Yeah.
Alison Moyet.
There's not been a fatty for a while, has there, who's been a big star? I mean, Moyet may would have been the last one.
Jerry Watts, she sorted herself out after becoming famous. She was pretty big, wasn't she?
Who? Jerry Halliwell?
Yeah.
She was never a bloater. Have you seen this bloke off Pop Idols?
Yeah.
It's like he's got 3 Jerry Halliwell strapped to his waist and then wearing a big coat over the top.
To smuggle them in.
Yeah, exactly.
to a no Halliwell zone.
I reckon I'd tell you what he's gonna do, I reckon he's gonna take it off, and it's just a big fat outfit, and it was like to prove, you know, the prejudice of the world.
Yeah.
Alright?
Yes.
Hey?
And how come that little fellow with the stutter doesn't stutter when he's singing? Hold on. Hold on.
I noticed that's cleaned up, actually.
I bet she's not even Welsh.
Exactly. And apparently Darius is not a knob.
Dandy Warhols on XFM 104.9. About 2:20. The Ricky Gervais Show.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, he's still here.
The Christmas ads have come on, I noticed. They're on now. And I noticed, I was watching telly last night, and do you think that the advertising executive for Cadbury's Roses chocolates just comes in once a year and they go, what you got this year? And he goes, what about some workmen and some old ladies singing thank you very much, very much? Yeah. Just shot in a street somewhere. Yeah, that'd be fine. It worked last year.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's been going like since I can remember. I've never seen another advert for Cadbury's Roses except that.
Exactly. Well, there's certain things that conjure up Christmas, like you got your turkey and all that, and you got your roses.
Yeah. Woolworths.
Yeah. Yeah. You got Woolworths.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Pizza.
Pizza. Woolworths. Drink driving. Oh dear. God, sorry, I forgot what I went in for.
What were we doing? We were doing something. Be careful, there's a lot of money involved here, Steve.
No, you can't
don't stitch me up.
I was reading the paper this week that Charlotte Church,
yeah,
you know, little kind of singing sensation, she's been slagging off the firemen who've been salvaging people and wreckage and stuff.
Been slagging them off.
Well, apparently, but I saw on the news. I saw on the news that she's apparently, and she claimed that she'd been misinterpreted.
Right.
But the Channel 5 News thought this was a big enough story to say that Charlotte Church had been saying that the September 11th tragedy had been blown out of proportion.
Right. That's just went to slagging off the firemen.
No, but that's what they said. They said that she felt that they were being hailed as kind of heroes and they were just doing their job.
Right. Oh, well, that's a little bit stupid to say anyway, a little bit insensitive and, yeah.
But it's sort of, because it's like, did you read about—
Why do you care? Why does anyone care what she thinks about September 11th anyway? It's the same as those things like, during a presidential election, or when I'm elections, it's these things they picture. Billy Piper says, I've always voted Labour.
I know.
Who's gonna go, hold on, H from Steps, he's a Conservative, hold on, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know if he is or not.
I don't know, well, I know that,
you know, that was just an example, I don't know what either of them vote, to be honest. Alright, let's not get into it.
Yeah. I think Faye and Claire from Steps are both BNP members. I remember reading that somewhere.
That's so not true.
That is so
untrue. He takes that back now.
I cannot be certain.
Right.
I think
that is definitely untrue.
I read it on the net and it's often wrong on the net.
Right. Definitely, he's gonna retract that now,
Definitely, yeah, well I'm saying, it's almost certainly untrue, I read it on the net.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and those things are always untrue.
Okay, alright. He's dissed the net now.
Yeah.
You dissed the net. I can't believe it. Let's dig ourselves out of this hole now.
Well, Blue, now I definitely can quote this because I read it in The Sun.
Yeah.
Blue were being interviewed by, you know Blue, the pop band Blue. All Rise. Have you bought that album yet, Rick? I imagine that would be on your Christmas
list. I like it. One for the money and a free ride. Yeah.
Anyway, Blue were being interviewed by The Sun for one of their web chats by the lovable Dominic Mohan.
Yeah.
And for some reason they got around to September 11th, and one of the members of Blue said, again, church-like, I thought he's been blown out of all proportion. What about all the whales and elephants that are dying every day?
And the other band were going, shut up.
Yeah, it was funny, they gave a transcript of it going, shut up.
They had to do a retraction. He said, sorry, I didn't know. Oh,
yeah, that was it. He said, obviously I'm very passionate about whales and elephants, and perhaps a bit misplaced. All the proceeds that I'll receive from our next single I'm going to give to the September 11th Foundation.
Yeah, and then he went, can I give some to the whales? No, you've done it again.
You've done it again.
Don't worry about the whales.
But this is what I mean, why are people asking the members of Blue, you know, or Atomic Kitten, what they think about September the 11th?
I know.
They should just be working in a chippy, those people. They're lucky to be on the telly. The Atomic Kitten girls, really, I mean, do they not look like they should be in a chip shop? Or just hanging around outside an offie, drinking diamond white cider?
They will be soon. They will be soon. Don't worry. Although Hearsay's new single, I've dissed Hearsay before, but they've come out with a little poppy thing. I think.
Can I surprise you, Rick? I prefer Liberty.
I prefer Liberty as well.
Yeah, a little bit funky, a little bit with down with the kids.
Yeah. Anyway, XFM 104.9.
Once again, our opinions on current pop bands. If you'd like to have your,
Hold on, though.
Go on, shoot.
Isn't it about time for, a hip-hop track?
Have we got it? Can you pick it up?
Song for the Lovers would be good.
I'll do that now. The Song for the Lovers. Now, this is a beautiful song. It's by Simon and Garfunkel. It's only 1 minute 49 long. It's called April Come She Will. It's the song for the lovers. April Come She Will. Simon and Garfunkel. Isn't that beautiful?
Beautiful little song.
See, I'd quite like to put out a compilation, like Song for the Lovers, maybe, you know what I mean? But I'm worried, obviously the title's ironic, we're taking the mickey out of those things, but quite serious about all the songs we play.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm worried about people perceive it a bit like Simon Bates' R-Tune album or something.
Steve Wright's Sunday Love Songs.
Yeah. But, lovely. Yeah.
When you think that you listen to, like, some dance track, you buy it and it's like 5 minutes long, the same thing, repetitive beats.
Yeah.
And then you hear that, a minute and a half. Classic.
Do you know what I mean?
Hey, have I made my point, Rick?
I think so. Yeah. Oh, the youngsters today.
If anyone knows what my point was there, please give us a call.
Phone in and he's made it well.
Yeah. Carl, have you got lined up for us?
Some R.E.M.
I don't know.
Strokes on XFM 104.9. It's the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
The K-Man.
Well, it's, time for the, well, I think people wait for this now. I never knew, really, since I was doing the show, that I actually had a bit of a knack for film reviews.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
I discovered talent,
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably be asked soon by Barry Norman or Jonathan Ross to do something on that sort of thing, or maybe my own film. So I don't know. TV or...
The clock's ticking, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, okay. This week I've chosen,
well, wait a minute, let's play the jingle.
Okay. The film review and that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go. This week I've chosen My Left Foot.
Right.
Okay. Now, My Left Foot is a film about a bloke called Daniel Day-Lewis, who's all mental, except for, his left foot, right? And he has arguments. I can't remember, he has arguments with his dad, so I wasn't watching it properly. But even though he's mental apart from the foot, he does stuff with the foot that we could do all over, and he uses that to his best. I think he might write a book or something of paint. And the moral of this story is, even if you've only got a foot that works, you can still win prizes because it won the Oscar.
Okay. Am I right in saying that you're bringing a book out of these, collected, maybe for the Christmas market?
I think I might.
Yeah. I see there's obvious
great
market
films
there.
reviewed, sort of, what with it's a different outlook on it.
A different approach.
I don't just sort of like stray.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's an approach that doesn't really use grammar. which you don't see that often in film reviews. But no, once again, what would you give it out of 10?
I didn't really concentrate. I can't remember a lot about it, but it won an Oscar. So I think it won an Oscar or something. So 9.
Okay, jolly good. Well, that was My Left Foot, which is probably available on sell-through video, maybe in a bargain bin. $5.99, probably on TV this Christmas. That's to be confirmed.
Eels, fresh feeding on XFM 104. I was going well, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
20 minutes to go. I think more of an up show. We've made some great hits and great songs, haven't we? We've had some great features. A new feature. That film sounds good.
Looking forward to that.
That'll run and run.
Yep.
Song for the, if there's any record companies out there that want to put out a compilation of my songs for lovers, yeah. That's good. Anyone who wants me to do a film, any film you want.
Yeah. Reviewed.
Yeah, reviewed, yeah. Oh, finish the sentence.
Yeah, no, ideally. Because it was otherwise, it was anyone who wants me to do a film. Well, of course, being the top actor, you'd have probably appeared in a film.
Sure, okay, yeah. And that...
Jolly good, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're running out of steam, I can tell.
You're running out.
Yeah.
Go on.
Carl, have you seen it yet? I know you probably haven't, Rick. Cliff Richard's video for his new single.
Yep.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, it's bad, isn't it?
I saw it on Lorraine Kelly in the morning, Sky One. Great show. And, and it's amazing. He's done a version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but he's combined that.
No.
He's combined that with, what was it? It's, Oh What a Wonderful World.
I wasn't really listening, I was looking at the pictures and I couldn't believe
it's What a Wonderful World and, combined with Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
So he's done
two classic songs, two songs that have been done definitively by artists in the past. He's tried to combine them with a kind of Yamaha keyboard sound in the background.
What was his last year's one? It was Lord's Prayer with Over the Old Lang Syne.
He's just obsessed with combining two songs, like they're not good enough as they are. People will get bored, we better combine them.
Yeah.
It's like a mega mix, like a Cliff mega mix. And you're right, the video is unbelievable. It's him flying through. It's all kind of sort of 2D animation, kind of almost sort of a collage of buildings and high-rise flats and that. Kids see him floating by. Yeah. They wave, they point to each other. They can't believe they're like, there goes Sir Cliff.
They're going, who's that?
Exactly.
He was around in the 50s.
And he's got a little one-dimensional Cliff with a kind of angelic glow flying through the sky. Just bringing happiness to people as he sings.
Well, he does.
His real face kind of, every so often kind of appearing and kind
I wonder where his real face is.
And it's one of the worst songs and one of the worst videos I've ever seen. I mean, I know people slag off Cliff and it's an easy target, but he actually deserves it because he's shameful.
Yeah.
He's embarrassing.
So, yeah.
He's embarrassing.
I mean,
and he's arrogant.
Well, everything's a disguised boast. I mean, I like Devil Woman. I like Miss You Nights. I liked Wired for Sound, and I like tall speakers and small speakers. You know, I like all sizes of speakers. You know that. You'll vouch me on that. Yeah. And he sang about it, which is good. And, you know, I'm often wired for sound, right? Carrie doesn't live here anymore. Where's she gone? She's just another message on a payphone wall. It's a story. But, lately, I haven't had a lot of time for him.
Awful.
I remember he was on something, on, one chat show, and, I think it was Des or Michael, Asper or something. And, I said, so you've had something? He said, yeah. He said, well, everyone, knows that Elvis sold more records, after his death than when he was alive. Little dig there against Elvis. He goes,
yeah.
Well, I've just overtaken his record for sales in the UK. Right, so he sets up that Elvis is only selling because he's dead.
Yeah.
And anyway, I've still beaten him in the UK. And I just think, yeah. And where'd you get the quiff from and the way to sing? Where'd you get that from, Cliff? Where did you think of that?
But listen, those people, he's just desperate for the credibility that he's never gonna have.
I like it when he went round last year going, they're not playing my record, they're not playing my record, they're not playing, oh, go on, play it. Number one.
Yeah.
Fooled you.
It was #1, the Millennium Prayer.
I know, yeah. Well, it was, you know, it was the Millennium, wasn't it?
It was, but I don't know who's buying it. I mean, I know, but you seem to claim it's some kind of, like, 60-year-old women, but they're not, are they really a commercial force now?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Carl seems to know that.
Well, like, when you're born, you're a little baby, wrinkly and stuff. When you get older, you sort of morph into a baby again. And you go through the same phases. So when you're young, you buy singles. You get old, you got nothing to do all day. You got your pension money, what will I buy? Cliff Richard's on the telly, here's my video, buy me song.
You see, that started off as quite a sensible point, because I actually think they do it. But what was all that alien stuff about when you're born, you go wrinkly and you go wrinkly again? So sometimes you mix, like, normal things that human beings say with I don't know what.
Well, look, when you're a baby, you've got a little bald head, no teeth, you get old, what happens?
Are you a philosopher? Are you an official philosopher? Because, I mean, it sounds like it. Oh, Carl, play a record. You're a gem. You're a diamond.
XFM 104.9. Good to hear the Happy Mondays again. We're nearly through.
We are indeed.
We've had a little bit of chat. We've had a few laughs. We've had a few tears.
We have indeed.
We've introduced a new feature.
Looking forward to that next week.
Yeah, so it's just going to be wall-to-wall features, isn't it? It's going to be,
well, I had an idea for a feature which you didn't seem to like, which was something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Well, explain it. And
something old, an old song, something new, a new song, something borrowed, a cover version, and something blue, just a melancholy and beautiful song.
Right, okay, but does it have to be all four, or can it be any one?
No, it's all four. You play that over the course of the show. Or maybe just have a 4 songs in a row, and that's that section.
So like a feature would be like, this is either an old song or like a new song.
Yeah.
That's good. I think we've done that a few times.
No, it's not. We've
covered that.
Well, what's the difference? I'm playing a song from a film. Just because you give it a title, it's just a song from a film. You could play that anyway, couldn't you?
Brilliant.
It's all nonsense.
Cheers, Carl.
Brilliant.
Yeah. My ideas are good, aren't they? Because they're not only sort of accessible, but there's a little bit of depth there.
I think it's fair enough to let him have his little feature at the end of the show, though. Just, you know what I mean? Keep him happy, this song for the lovers.
Excellent. Well, but that's not till after Song 2 by Blur.
I remember the days when Carl didn't even want to be on the air. I remember the days when he was told by the establishment that he wasn't allowed to talk on the air. And now, it's like as far as he's concerned, he's a third member of the team.
He's protected by me.
Right?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Song 2 by Blur. We're running out of time. It's 5-2. Just got time for Steve's song for the ladies.
Wedding Present, Rick, from the album Saturnalia, I think it's pronounced like that, and it's track 3, Dream World, a song
Looking forward
for the
to
ladies.
Goodbye.